Stampers, this is Tammy with Tammy's Stamping Therapy, and today we're going to make this cute little Hedgehugs card. So let's get started. We made this card in my card class last Saturday, and this is how I package the supplies for each card that they make. It's in the Whisper White envelope, and everything they need to make it is inside. So we're going to start by stamping this cute little hedgehog on the inside white piece. I always finish the inside of my cards. I feel like we put so much work into the outside that the inside needs to be finished too. So when I first started doing this, people thought I was crazy because it's a lot of extra supplies, but I really feel like it makes my card look finished. So this Whisper White piece of cardstock is 4 3/4 by 3 1/2, and I'm layering it onto a 5 by 3 3/4 piece of early espresso cardstock. I love the fast fuse, and I'm going to be very sad when it's gone. When you're using it, it just takes a light touch, and be sure you don't put your finger right here. If you do that, it adds more pressure and causes all kinds of problems. I'm going to put this into my card, which is a 4 1/4 by 11" piece of the thick Whisper White cardstock. So I'm going to put this inside. And then I'm also going to stamp this little guy on the back of my card. I think it also adds a nice touch to have something stamped on the back. The next thing that I'm going to do is take 2 pieces of the Coffee Break Designer Series paper. This one's 3 1/2 by 3 1/4, and this one is 1 1/2 by 3 1/2, and I'm going to layer them onto a 5 by 3 3/4 piece of early espresso cardstock. When I was wanting to make this little Hedgehugs card, I wanted some paper that reminded me of the outdoors, and I remembered this green paper in the Coffee Break Designer Series paper pack, and then was happy to remember about this brown paper with the white leaves, because I think they go very nicely together. I'm going to put my ribbon on. This piece of ribbon is 12 inches long. I measure my ribbon by 3 times the length of whatever I'm tying it around when I'm making cards. That doesn't always work perfectly, but it works pretty well for most things. Then I will trim my ends with my paper snips and add this to the front of my card. Okay. And then I'm going to stamp my little hedgehog again on a scrap piece of Whisper White cardstock. And I'm going to punch him with the 2-inch circle punch. I'm not going to punch him, I'm going to punch him out. I'm going to layer this onto a piece of early espresso cardstock that has been punched out with the Starburst punch. And then I'm going to attach this guy to my card using Stampin' Dimensionals. I love Stampin' Dimensionals. I use them all the time. Him right there. I'm going to stamp the sentiment in the upper right hand corner, and then I'm going to punch out one of these leaves from the Touches of Nature Elements pack. This is a very lightweight wood. It doesn't really add much weight for shipping, but it adds a lot to your design. It is wood grain on one side and white on the other. You can color either side with ink or markers, and that allows you to do all kinds of fun things with it. I'm just going to put 2 glue dots on the back of this piece of wood, and I'm going to stick it right there. And then the last thing that I'm going to do is I also stamp on my envelopes. I think that just makes it a piece of fun mail when the recipient gets it. So I'm going to stamp this little guy right here. Okay, that's all done. Isn't he a very cute little card? I just love this little hedgehog. So thanks for joining me today. You can find links to all of these supplies below the video. You can purchase them from my online store at tammywild.stampinup.net. I hope you'll come see me again.